Yeah, our fans are swine. Should have called it the Swine Pig podcast.
Should have called it the Fuck Pig podcast.
Yeah. Hey, fuck pigs, you ready for your fucking ear sodomy this week?
I've been eating 15 cheeseburgers, getting ready for this podcast. Oh yeah, it stinks.
I made sure to put a plastic bag around my dick every time I went to the shower just so it'd be extra stinky when I shove it in your fucking ear. You little fuck bitch.
And Lundy's just like, yeah, I did everything normally today. I don't really know what he has the most donations out of any.
So God, why is Lundy the most popular fucking person on the podcast?
They really love my fake laughing.
Just guys in the Discord call with Lundy jacking up. Oh yeah, fake laughing my fucking tiny dick. Fake laugh.
Meanwhile, me and Goat are just like, our audience are just human garbage. I'd gladly fucking slit all their throats if I could.
We get a modest sum of $50,000 a year.
Oh, speaking of, I should have brought this up in the last episode, not to get too sidetracked, because we literally just did a sidetrack episode. Don't know if Goat's going to I want Goat to upload it. I think Lundy does too. We're going to pressure him on that one.
Yeah,
I'll put it up. Fuck it. Who cares?
Pressure succeeded.
I had somebody give me
just a heads
on
up.
my YouTube channel. I know somebody left a fucking comment like a couple of weeks back, being like, "Oh, you helped me." It's like, "Oh, it's you, Napalm. It's so good to hear your voice again. Like, you helped me become an atheist." And I just read that comment like, I feel nothing.
Okay, should we go to the movies or should we go on the road trip?
I don't know what you feeling, Matt. Road trip or movies?
I like a movie.
Movies are good.
Road trip. Road trip.
Okay.
Road trip. Now let's go to the lobby. That's fine. Okay. So there's a movie. Some people call it garbage. Some call it interesting. Some people call it shit. Some people call it one of the most beautiful depictions of film of all time. Who here has heard of a director named Vincent Gallo?
Not ringing any bells.
Vincent Gallo is a very ugly man. He's made a lot of very interesting films over the years. I'm trying to think of one. Have you guys heard of Buffalo 66?
No.
It's a very good movie. It's his first movie he ever made in 1998. He directed and wrote it. I'm literally just looking at the Wikipedia right now. I have seen the movie, though. It is good. But the movie that most people know him for is called The Brown Bunny.
Okay.
I have heard of The Brown Bunny.
Now, The Brown Bunny, Lundy, is, a lot of people call it an end, a means to get to an end. Would you agree with that, Matt?
Is this one of those? I feel like I'm going to step on your thing if I ask this question.
You will not, trust me.
Is this one of those things where like he just makes a movie where he gets to like fuck a bunch of people and do a bunch of drugs just so that he gets to do it?
He does it with one person.
Okay.
Yeah, The Brown Bunny is a movie about a guy. I'm trying to remember, what is it again? Matt, is it that he's like some fucking motorcycle guy and he's supposed to be driving across country?
Something like that. It's like an Easy Rider ripoff. I've never actually seen it. I've just always have heard it referenced when people talk about bad movies.
I've seen bits and pieces of it, but it's been legitimately like 5 or 6 years since I've seen it all the way through.
I think the first time I ever heard it referenced was Mystery Science Theater, because they would reference it a lot.
First time I heard about it was Roger Ebert.
Okay.
I think there's also a reference to it in The Simpsons a couple of times.
I can't remember if he also gets his dick sucked earlier in the movie or not, but he does get his dick sucked at the end, if I remember correctly. Anyway, yeah, no, he had a feud with Roger Ebert after the movie got premiered at Cannes. Called it, what was it again? I believe, if I remember right, Ebert wrote in his first review of it that the actress who sucked his cock cried during the premiere at Cannes. And then Vincent Gallo responded by saying that Ebert is a fat pig with the physique of a slave trader.
That is a S tier insult.
That's pretty good.
Then
I'm not gonna lie.
Ebert
I'm on Gallo's side right now. That's pretty fucking good.
Ebert responded by saying, "It is true that I am fat, but one day I will be thin, and he will still be the director of the Brown Bunny."
Holy shit, did he predict his own cancer battle?
He might have.
Well, then after that happened, Gallo claimed that he put a hex on Ebert's colon, cursing him to have cancer. To which Ebert responded that watching his own colonoscopy would be better than watching the Brown Bunny.
Damn, we had two masters of fucking clowning on each other, just fucking going back and forth. Damn.
Yeah, this is like watching prime fucking Michael Jordan play fucking prime LeBron James. Just two masters.
Of hate and vitriol, just fucking going at it.
I will say, like, I forget because I do dunk on Roger Ebert a lot because he did inspire some of the most insufferable fucking people on the internet.
Mm.
But man, I forgot how fucking just mean him and also Gene could have been.
They were super mean to each other, like all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Oh, that would be a good idea. We should do an episode that's just going over the meanest Roger Ebert reviews.
The meanest things they've ever said about movies. Just like give them a rating in terms of how fucking catty that is.
That is a tier list I think that does not exist.
Anyway, this isn't about Ebert. This is about Gallo. Now, Gallo, aside from you, what would your assumption about someone who is a director? What would that assumption be about them?
I'm gonna default right now to based.
See, I would say Coomer personally.
Yeah, that'd be enough for
Vincent Gallo has a merchandise section on his website.
I'll look up a picture of him.
Yes.
Exactly what I thought he would look like.
So Vincent Gallo,
looking at a picture of him, I'm getting Manson vibes.
Oh, with his sunken face. See, I thought you were gonna say more Richard Ramirez. I think he looks a little
that one definitely has a lot of Manson vibes to it.
No, look up one of him clean shaven. He looks a little bit more like Ramirez. The beard, yes. 100%.
Okay, I guess I can kind of see it.
He looks like a serial killer, and that's the whole thing we're getting at here.
Gotcha.
Anyway, Vincent Gallo has a merchandise website.
Yeah.
He says he sells LPs and CDs and books and posters and DVDs. He sells jewelry, memorabilia, personal services, poster collection. Okay. Vincent has a page called personal services.
Oh.
Yes.
What are these personal services?
Well, Lundy, I want you to read the heading of it here.
You know, I got something else Lundy should maybe read.
Read this.
I want to send it to you. You can look it over.
Vincent Gallo, evenings, weekends, escort, $50,000. wish, dream, or fantasy with Vincent Gallo. Ladies only.
What do you think of that off the bat?
I think that anybody who would probably buy that, he probably wouldn't be into. Because I'm thinking old ass bitches.
$50,000 is $50,000, sir.
Fair enough.
All right, now before you start hating on a bottom bitch, you best come and recognize Lundy Reed.
Have you ever watched a movie and fallen in love with one of the actors? The way they looked or a character they played? Afterwards, you thought of them over and over, daydreaming, imagining things, sexy things. When I was very young, I was madly in love with Tuesday Weld and Charlotte Rampling. On my 14th birthday, I went to see the film Rolling Thunder and had my biggest crush of all on actress Linda Haynes. I wished and wished and wished every day that I could meet all these girls. I thought a lot of sexy things with Susan Blakely after seeing her in Lords of Flatbush. In my mind, I could do with her anything I wanted to do, so believe me, I know and understand what it's like to wish and dream about spending time with a movie star. Doing things that couples do, couples in love, at least couples where the guy is hot and knows how to handle a chick. I, Vincent Gallo, star of such classics as Buffalo 66 and The Brown Bunny, have decided to make myself available to all women. All women who can afford me, that is. For the modest fee of $50,000 plus expenses, I can fulfill the wish, dream, or fantasy of any naturally born female.
No trans allowed.
No trannies.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna need to do.
We will read the part that you're wanting to get to in a minute, Matt.
No. It's fine if we don't, but here's what I'm thinking with this. We need to catfish him. I mean, first we're gonna have to raise $50,000. That is a huge negative of my plan. We are going to be out collectively $50,000.
What if we start a GoFundMe and the GoFundMe is help us catfish Vincent Gallo?
I mean, we can't be that because, like, look, this motherfucker probably ego searches himself.
What if we added him on Twitter and asked him to retweet it so we could get more donors for the campaign?
But so it doesn't end with the catfishing. So we get him to show up, high class. So, you know what? It's actually probably going to be a lot more because we are going to have to rent a room in a high class hotel room, and we're going to need some other supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, he gets up there, he's thinking he's gonna fuck, he comes into the hotel room. I come out behind the fucking corner of the wall, like fucking Jack and Nicholson with a baseball bat, and just bury it. Just hit him as hard as I can, right in his fucking chest, like he's Scatman Crothers. I think that would be worth the 50,000 plus.
I feel like Matt is partially along this because of what he wants me to have you read in a second.
However, I highly frown upon any male having even the slightest momentary thought or wish that they could ever become my client. No way, Jose. However, female couples of the lesbian persuasion can enjoy a Vincent Gallo evening together for $100,000. $200,000 buys the Lesbos a weekend that will have them second guessing. Fuck! He really thinks he's the gift to women, huh? Holy shit!
Are you saying, looking at that face, that doesn't scream, I'm God's gift to women?
Yeah, I'm saying, looking at that face, he's lucky to find
You're saying,
someone.
looking at what is either the most beautiful man in the world or what happens when you cross a man and a grasshopper together.
Okay, I've seen like 4 different pictures of him. He does not look the same in any of them.
When someone plays The Fly, but instead they put a praying mantis in.
Oh man.
Okay, I am not to spoil Lundy, what I want you to read, but look, I am looking at his actual Wikipedia page.
Yep.
He has to be writing this shit himself.
We gotta get to the next part. It's very sensual. There you go.
I am willing to travel worldwide to accommodate clients. However, travel days are billed at $50,000 per, plus all premium flight fees. Scanning for STDs is required, as is bathing and grooming prior to our encounter. Detailed photos of potential clients also required prior. An extra fee for security to protect me is charged on top of the fantasy fee. Security fees will vary depending on the details of an encounter and how much security I will need. Potential clients are advised to screen the controversial scene from the Brown Bunny to be sure for themselves that they can fully accommodate all of me. Clients who have doubt may want to test themselves with an unusually thick and large prosthetic prior to meeting me. You may be surprised just how much you can handle and how good it feels.
His cock is like 6.5 inches.
Just, Jesus, this guy's fucking stupid. I hate him.
What are you talking about? He's a savant.
He's retarded.
No, he's a genius.
I despise him.
Hold on, let me read. There's a part in black here you need to read, Lundy. I know it's in black, so it's going to scare you initially.
Yep. I will actually shit my pants. This service is available, but is only payable by cash, checks, and/or bank wire. No credit card payments accepted for this item.
Cash only.
So, how many drugs is he funding with this? Is my thing. Like, because this is something that only a drug addict would do, or think
Really?
would work. Yes.
Really? That's your take on it.
Yes.
Based on one item in the personal section?
I'm saying that there is absolutely no fucking way that this person is anything less than completely desperate for cash that he can spend on cocaine.
Lundy,
Oh God,
You're very-
I gotta send you something.
Lundy, you're a very brave man to say that when you haven't even looked at the other item in the personal merchandise section.
Uh-huh.
We
Act
Go.
now, and you can buy Vincent Gallo's sperm for $1 million. Oh my fucking God.
Give it a minute. Hang on, there's too much. Lundy, I have to cut it in half because it's at negative 959 words right now.
Damn it.
I know you're just dying to hear about it's come right now.
Yeah, I just is.
Lundy, we might actually make Lundy brown out.
Price includes all costs related to one attempt at an in vitro fertilization, a $50,000 value. If the first attempt at an in vitro fertilization is unsuccessful, purchaser of sperm must pay all medical costs related to additional attempts. Mr. Gallo will supply sperm for as many attempts as it takes to complete a successful fertilization and successful delivery. Sperm is 100% guaranteed to be donated by Mr. Gallo, who is drug, alcohol, and disease-free. If the purchaser of the sperm chooses the option of natural insemination, there is an additional charge of $500,000. If, after being presented detailed photographs of the purchaser, Mr. Gallo may be willing to waive the natural insemination fee and charge only for the sperm itself. Those of you who have found this merchandise page are very well aware of Mr. Gallo's multiple talents, but to add further insight into the value of Mr. Gallo's sperm, aside from being multi-talented in all creative fields, he was also multi-talented as an athlete, winning several awards for performing in the games of baseball, football, and hockey, and making it to the professional level of Grand Prix motorcycle racing. Fucking tempting, I guess.
Hang on 1 second, real quick. I'm grabbing it. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Probably gonna have to take a break midway in this because Jesus.
Lundy, did you know Vincent Gallo was the inspiration for the villain from Cowboy Bebop, the movie?
What? What the fuck are you saying right now?
Because I'm looking up his Wikipedia stuff, and oh, it's infuriating, but he literally, it's cited there, and it's literally, this is the fucking source.
You'll have to say what it is, Lundy, so
From your
everyone.
fucking state, by the way, you fucking piece of shit, Lundy.
All that made this anime released in 1998 and created by Shinichiro Watanabe a worldwide success and a cult classic in the genre. In fact, it had its animated movie in 2001, which became a hit. The villain was inspired by actor Vincent Gallo, while several video games were also inspired by Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, can I see an actual primary source on this?
Yeah, I would like that. That seems fucking made the fuck up.
Yeah, like maybe Watanabe saying this?
That'd be good.
It's on the wiki.
You show me that right fucking now.
Hang on. It's on the wiki. It's on Substack Animation Obsessed. I don't know what the fuck that is. There's a bunch of things that are saying Vincent Gallo. Hang on. Copy. Paste. Which fucking chat did we... Shit. There it is. Yeah, look in there. In the group chat.
Again,
Scroll down.
no
Trivia.
source on this.
I will look it up.
No.
Don't do this to me.
No, we're doing this.
Jesus, test subject during the experiment should type more. Moviechat.org. Vincent was both named for and modeled on actor Vincent Gallo. That is something that Watanabe himself said in a couple interviews at the time, as well as... Hold on. Let's see what the rest of this quote is.
All right, I don't care anymore. Moving on.
He's just... Who gives a fucking shit?
No, I'm dying on this fucking hill. Lundy can retreat. He's a coward bitch.
As well
I'm
as being
still
backed
here.
up by the... As well as being backed up by the character designer himself, apparently.
Well,
So
if they said it themselves, then their first-hand interview should be very easy to find. Lundy found a new guy to hate.
hold on, you read that while I'm trying to find this. We'll see if we...
Absolutely fucking obnoxious in the worst possible fucking way.
No, he is. He is.
And he's Mr. Gallo is 5'11" and has blue eyes. There are no known genetic deformities in his ancestry, no cripples. And no history of congenital diseases. If you have seen the Brown Bunny, god damn, he's proud of that fucking film, isn't he?
Then you got a blowjob.
You know the potential size of the genitals if it's a boy. 8 inches if he's like his father. Yeah, okay. I don't know exactly how well-hung father can enhance the physical makeup of a female baby, but it can't hurt.
I think your dick size comes from your mom's side of the family.
Mr. Gallo also presently maintains a distinctively full head of hair, and at the age of 43, has surprisingly few gray hairs. Though his features are sharp and extreme, they would probably blend well with a softer, more subtly featured female. Mr. Gallo maintains the right to refuse sale of his sperm to those of extremely dark complexions. No darkies!
Which is funny because the other sex scene that I can't remember if he had it or not was I think he got a hand job from a black woman in the Brown Bunny.
Though a fan of Franco Harris, Derek Jeter, Lenny Kravitz, and Lena Horne, Mr. Gallo does not want to be part of that type of integration. In fact, for the next 30 days, he's offering a $50,000 discount to any potential female purchaser who can prove that she has naturally blonde hair and blue eyes. Anyone who can prove a direct family link to any of the German soldiers of the mid-century will also receive this discount. This is not real. This is not real.
To be fair, this hasn't been updated in 20 years.
That doesn't fucking matter.
There's also a book.
Under the laws of the Jewish faith, a Jewish mother would qualify a baby to be deemed a member of the Jewish religion. This would be added incentive for Mr. Gallo to sell his sperm to a Jew mother.
Did you know he's in Goodfellas, by the way?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he's in there.
I hope he dies, isn't it? His reasoning being with the slim chance that his child moved into the profession of motion picture acting or became a musical performer. This connection to the Jewish faith would guarantee his offspring a better chance of good reviews and maybe even a prize at the Sundance Film Festival or an Oscar. To be clear, the purchase of Mr. Gallo's sperm does not include the use of the name Gallo. The purchaser must find another surname. Hey, if you got ancestry going back to the Nazis, you get a discount. Also, Jews get a discount because they are in the film industry. That's so fucking weird. Holy shit.
Did you read the full thing? I'm sorry, I died for a second.
I did. I read the whole thing.
What do you think of Mr. Gallo? Heinous sweetheart.
I'm not surprised to find out that he is, in fact, a teetotaler, fucking, conservative, fucking weirdo. Energy drugs. Also, blonde hair, blue-eyed, Aryan shit is based. Also, Jews are based. Because I want good reviews on my movies. Fucking retarded. I hate it.
Now, Matt, what part of the themes and analysis for Brown Bunny specifically were you wanting to get to?
Just any of it would have made Lundy mad, but I think the second stuff will make Lundy even mad.
Do you want to talk about the bunny aspect of it, or the flower?
Because again, I'm just looking at his actual Wikipedia page.
Lundy, this man is a fucking creative genius. So I want you to. He is a creative genius. He's a Calvin Klein model. His comment is worth $1 million, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to see how brilliant this movie is that he made?
Sure.
Okay.
The film also uses flower motifs, with Bud Clay's 4 female romantic interests each being named after flowers: Daisy, Lily, Rose, and Violet.
Now, what about the bunny?
Yeah, I'm confused as to where the brown bunny comes in myself. The film's title is evoked 3 times in the film, referencing Daisy's pet bunny. It's a literal bunny. It's actually a literal bunny.
Hang on. You'll get to feel the full amount of pessimism in your bladder in a second.
A bunny seen in a pet store by Clay, and to a chocolate bunny. It's a literal brown bunny. An actual literal brown bunny makes an appearance in the fucking film. And
technically speaking, the black woman who's in it, the brown bunny, is her pussy.
Gotcha. But he doesn't fuck her, so.
Well, I can't remember in this. I don't believe so, if I remember correctly.
Film critic Richard Von Busak of Metroactive interpreted that what Clay asks, how long do these bunnies live? He's really asking, how long does love last? And he's chilled by the pet store's answer, 5 or 6 years at the most. Okay. Do you think...
I want you to know, Lundy, I heard you all the way on the other side of the house screaming a literal fucking brown bunny.
I'm sure the rest of your family is having a great night.
I'm just sitting here staring at a person who made a film, which apparently, from what I understand, is supposed to be a film about how, like, you know, fucking porn is bad or whatever. He calls
we're
it
gonna
the,
get to.
he
We're
calls
gonna
it the
get to
Brown Bunny because there's a literal brown bunny in it. And the film critic goes, "Oh, but that's probably just a fucking that's probably just a symbolic thing for love." No, I'm pretty sure he just means an actual brown bunny. I am very certain about that at this point. On the film's sex scene, Randy Kennedy of the New York Times wrote that the film's sex scene does seem like the antithesis of pornography. The camera and microphones are so close to the characters that the familiar sense of voyeuristic distance is impossible to maintain. Film critic Roger Ebert wrote that the film's controversial sex scene and its dialogue and a flashback to the Daisy character at a party work together to illuminate complex things about Bud's sexuality, his guilt, and his feelings about women. Gallo takes the materials of pornography and repurposes them into a scene about control and need, fantasy, and perhaps even madness. That scene is many things, but erotic is not one of them. I don't believe any of this bullshit. I don't. I fucking don't.
I'll take for somebody who hasn't seen the film.
Well, you know what? It's also the honest take for someone
We're
who
gonna
hasn't
have
seen
to.
the film.
We're gonna have to save that for the Brown Bunny review.
Because until I've seen it, I can't make that particular
We
conclusion.
should only review the sex scene.
But you know what? Roger Ebert's been wrong about shit plenty before, so.
Oh, Roger Ebert later gave it a positive review.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's how I know fucking film critics are fucking hacks and frauds.
Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars.
I've never seen a movie where I'm like, you know what? If there was just less of this, it'd be better. Did, did I drop or did...
No.
No, he's just sitting there.
Oh.
The Georgetown Voice also called the sex scene raw, gripping, and slightly repulsive.
By the way, the Georgetown Voice is a student-run newspaper.
Comparing it to a similar scene in Requiem for a Dream, don't fucking compare anything this fucking hack has been in, or written, or directed to Requiem for a fucking Dream, while emphasizing the unerotic nature of both. The Chicago Tribune reached a similar conclusion, describing the sex scene as almost nothing really sexy or pleasurable. It's desperate, hollow, a lover reaching for emotion that has shriveled up. So, here's the thing. With all of these people basically saying, "Oh, he intentionally made this sex scene incredibly unsexy and unappealing in order to evoke various different feelings about how the character feels at this time." Meanwhile, in his fucking personal ad bullshit, he's like, "Watch that scene to realize how good I am at sex and how fucking sexy my cock is." So I'm thinking you're all full of shit.
I mean, he figured out a way how to waste everybody's time and get head. So that is some level of genius. You have to give him props.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we got the fucking duct tape banana, so if that's art, this is art.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. Somebody should take a screenshot of this right now and put art in the center and bold text. Let's hear Vincent's opinion on it about the theme of anti-pornography in this.
In 2018, Gallo further explained the film's anti-pornographic themes, writing in an open letter. The Brown Bunny was an attempt at maintaining illusions and simultaneously presenting a heightened and enhanced version of reality. Yeah, that's what I just saw. While hoping to result in new forms of insight into pathological behavior. I was also interested in a character that even during sex could not let his mind go blank and fill up with the sex. Instead, while having sex, he is rapidly thinking, and his thoughts have a range of emotions far away from pleasure. The strange behavior juxtaposed against graphic real sex is disturbing. The common purpose of pornography is to enhance sexual pleasure or sexual fantasy. I chose to use imagery common in pornography, but place these images in an emotional context which include intense guilt, anger, regret, anguish, and confusion. In this context, it is difficult for the images to enhance sexual pleasure or sexual fantasy. Instead, the graphic images work better to enhance the discomfort of intimacy. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, Lundy,
Hmm.
would you like to hear how the Cannes Film Festival responded to this when it premiered?
Sure.
It was reportedly heckled during as the film began, with the crowd jeering every time Gallo's name appeared during the credits. Seiki Sokada, an executive at Enetic, the Japanese company that provided the financing for Brown Bunny, said, "I was at Cannes. I felt injustice. The bashing in Cannes is not for Brown Bunny. I think they're bashing Vincent. I don't know why." Upon ending, Gallo stated that the film also received a 15-minute standing ovation. Savigny's publicist, Chloe Savigny's publicist, Amanda Horton, also stated that the film was applauded for 10 minutes. Here's the kicker. How do you think he felt when that happened?
Probably indignant because he's a fucking piece of shit.
He's full of himself.
Gallo called it the worst moment of his life.
Good. Also, how privileged are you got to be that a negative reception to your fucking film is the worst moment of your life at a Sundance festival? Jesus Christ.
When you get applauded for 15 minutes after everyone watched you get your dick sucked in front of.
Yeah, right. Worst moment of my life.
It's actually genius.
See, Lundy, you poo-pooed me earlier for being like $50,000 to cripple this guy would be worth it.
By the way, Chloe said that she defended the movie later and said that it should be in museums. It's like an Andy Warhol movie. What was the early live section you wanted me to look at, Matt?
I'll just read it all, Lundy. That
Hang
could
on.
be the last bit for you.
Oh, God. Get the fuck out of here. You can. All right. Do you want me to just copy paste it for you, Lundy?
Sure.
You're gonna love it.
He's very excited. This is the part of the podcast where we read from Wikipedia.
Because I'm pretty sure he wrote his own Wikipedia articles.
Vincent Gallo was born on April 11th, 1961 in Buffalo, New York to Vincent Gallo Sr. and Janet Gallo. He is the second of three children, having an older brother, Charles, and a younger sister, Janine. Gallo was raised Catholic and underwent his first communion in 1969. Gallo's parents are Sicilian and worked as hairdressers, with his father having retired to be a gambler. Gallo has described his parents as dishonest people, saying, "If it was my birthday, I knew my mother took me to the Kmart and she stole my toy. She put it in the shopping cart and we'd walk out. I was raised with that." Growing up, Gallo's father was abusive and beat him on several occasions, including one instance where Gallo's father broke his nose.
The secret hero of the story.
Yeah. He has said that while growing up, his father was this kind of dark, raging figurehead. That's not who he is today, but when I was a child, there wasn't a day when he didn't hit me, punish me, yell at me, or tell me something I did wrong. Gallo's mother also forbade him from decorating his own room, which he shared with his siblings and grandfather. Then it's not his own room. And from owning a guitar, leading Gallo to secretly hide the latter underneath his bed. Gallo had attributed his self-described controlling and perfectionist nature as a filmmaker to his childhood experiences. Perfectionist, okay. At the age of 12, Gallo worked for the local mafia, but fuck you. Fuck you. Helping them to perform small crimes such as carjacking and shoplifting. Gallo worked for the mafia for approximately 1 year and then desired to continue down a life of crime and become a powerful gangster. However, he was eventually convinced by a mafia member who felt that Gallo was wasting his potential to abandon it in favor of a legitimate career. Go fuck yourself.
But Lundy, you think somebody would put lies on the internet?
It is next to impossible to do that. I fucking worked in the mafia when I was 12, and then someone said you're too good for this life, kid. So I left and became an actor. Yo, just fucking die. I hate you. I fucking hate you. So fucking stupid. Oh my fucking god.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Can we read some crazy shit for a second, please?
Oh, because everything up until this point has just been the model of sanity.
No, but Lundy, this is another Lundy. It's gonna be a little bit more, and I will do this with you if you want. This is we've read everything about Vincent so far, and like the most we've seen him is in like a quote unquote work setting. Would you like to hear how he does with other people? In his
Yeah, I think I have an idea, but sure. Interesting story, a little too righteous maybe. Okay, let us also discuss the legend genius Vincent Gallo. Firstly, Vincent Gallo is not a rich, spoiled celebrity buying up rare audio items because he heard they were good. In fact, he, more than nearly anyone else responsible for the renewed interest in most vintage audio and vintage pro audio, he goes back to collecting and using what was long ago considered out of date discarded audio equipment. He garbage picked half his collection before any of it became valuable. He wrote tons of articles about audio things long forgotten, and he has the most knowledge and the best ear of anyone out there. And there are hundreds who have known Gallo, who have learned everything they know from Gallo. None of them, however, will ever know everything Gallo knows. Gallo grew up poor and worked mostly hard labor and trade jobs. He has never had mainstream success, and even his masterpiece, Buffalo 66, did not open well and took years to grow its audience. Gallo received $5,000 for writing, directing, starring, and doing the music for Buffalo 66. And instead of kissing ass and making mainstream films, Gallo remained a radical, profound, and outspoken creator. I'm glad this guy got a beat up shitty Volvo car out of his Aegis EQs. And I'm glad in today's crappy music industry he can peddle poorly produced music into the charts. But he is no Vincent Gallo. Listen to Gallo's When LP on Warp Records, best recorded LP in the past 25 years. Audio collecting is Gallo's hobby, but his knowledge, experience, and abilities with audio are unmatched by anyone else.
The reason that I brought that tweet up is because it was that person's jacking him off about his music, right? Matt, are you still here or are you dead?
That's dead.
I'm sorry, Matt. Rest in peace. I wanted you to be here for this. This is very sad. Sad, sad, sad. So that guy was jerking him off over his music.
Yep.
This original person was talking about an audio forum. What happened was there is a guy by the name of Steve Albini. Steve had a guitar sold to him. There was a guitar transaction with one of the forum regulars.
All
Steve
right.
said Steve said something making fun of Vincent Gallo. Who would you think would randomly show up on this forum?
From Vincent Gallo. No offense, Mr. Steve Albini, but I have been into Valeno and Travis Bean guitars since my early teens, long before your interest in them. I worked at a guitar shop that was a dealer of both, along with Valete Citron, Alembic, SD Curly, and others. Since the 80s, I have had several of my guitars featured in the back page of Guitar Player magazine as part of the Encore feature that Tom Wheeler edited. Full page photo of a rare vintage guitar. In 1978 to 1980, I played a wedge in the no wave band Grey that included member Jean-Michel Basquiat. In 1981, I purchased a Valeno for $475 from a dude named Jimmy who worked in the art department on the film All That Jazz. Since my interest in older rare things started long before the internet, my searches were done in a different way than yours. For example, I put together the largest collection of sound gear made by Western Electric. I did so on a dishwasher salary and long before the web. I was a member of underground mailing lists and networked in the USA and Japan like a maniac to collect what little money I had to buy and sell a ton of guitar, microphones, and hi-fi gear. Over the years, I have earned a lot about sound and sound recording, and have written some well-known essays on the subject. My point of view has always been way more radical than any of your practices. I take offense to your slight, as you clearly do not know anything about me. I was never interested in your Bean or Vallejo guitars, which I knew you had, because you hack up your instruments. I prefer things left the way they are. They were made. Your guitars are all modified for reasons I could never understand. In any case, these days I make it clear on the web that I will pay higher than high for any Travis Bean or Vallejo guitar, as I am luckily very rich. So Vincent Gallo is basically Hulk Hogan, but like worse.
Yeah, because you know what? For all the things Hulk Hogan has done, rape not one of them.
True.
Oh, speaking of, I do want to include a little factoid. I think Matt would appreciate this. Steve Albini, the guy that he's yelling at right now, he's originally from a band called Shellac. He's also the founding member of a band called Big Black Rape Man.
Interesting factoid.
Yes.
Neat. Been having a lot of hateable guys on here lately.
Yeah. I just don't like him. He just skews me the fuck out. I hate this motherfucker.
I will say Buffalo 66 is very good.
Are we done with Gallo? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
All right, fine.